Hello, Becky.
And welcome everybody to another 12 o'clock show with Mayor Joe. And joining us today is John. John, how are you?
Good. How are you doing today, Mayor Beckany?
Not doing too bad. I like your background there. Definitely
Thank
got
you.
some greater pride showing. Took me a few seconds to get all the technical things taken care of. I hadn't done a Zoom one in a little bit of a time, but we're thrilled to have you here. You are the wrestling coach, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm the head wrestling coach at the high school, going into my 6th year here at the high school as head coach and 7th year total.
It's always a good thing to have a little bit of greater pride. Now, are you excited? I know the season doesn't start for a little bit of time, everybody's still talking football and, things like that, but are you excited for the season? Are you looking forward to things getting started?
Yeah, we're gearing up right now. We're doing conditioning and lifting right now as a team. And we're trying to hit some open mats around the city. But we're really excited with what we have coming back. We have two district qualifiers coming back on the boys' side. And then on the girls' side, we have 2 state qualifiers, a state alternate, and a district qualifier. Along with that, we have 2 OCC champs coming back as well. So we have a lot of talent and a good young group coming back, and also have a good group of junior high and JV wrestlers that will be able to step in this season also.
Well, that is awesome. So I heard you mention females participating in wrestling. That's it's not a new thing by any stretch. It's been around for a little while, but obviously for Reynoldsburg, it's relatively new. Tell us how exciting that is.
It's very exciting. So we had our first girl state placer 2 years ago. The first year that we had the state tournament, she placed 4th. And ever since then, it's just been growing each year. Last year we had, I believe, 5 on our team. And this year we're looking to have between 5 to 15. And we have a separate schedule for our girls along with our boys. So I think we really can make an impact during the regular season and postseason. I do hope that the Ohio High School will sanction girls wrestling coming soon, because it is a very emerging sport, not just in Ohio, but in the country.
I was a little disappointed that they didn't go ahead and grant that. I know that there was a lot of conversations even when I was teaching and coaching in a different sport, but we still, those conversations came up. I'm a little bit surprised. So hopefully they'll get their act together and get that stuff taken care of, because again, it's a great growing sport and it's a great opportunity. I believe some of your wrestlers actually came in and talked with council at one point in time last year.
Yes, I believe so. I don't remember exactly the date, but yeah, we did have a group come in, talk to council, and I think a few years ago we had a group lead the pledge during a board meeting, I believe also. So that was really nice for our girls to be able to do that.
Now, a lot of organizations have booster programs, parent organizations, and things like that. Does wrestling have one of those? Are they involved, that type of thing?
Yes, we do have a boosters program. We had one in place before I took over, kind of made it a little bit bigger. We're based on parent involvement, and we really need to try to that's something that we're trying to keep building. We do our annual golf outing each year, which parents and coaches help get that ready. That is our biggest event for our fundraiser. We're also going to do discount cards this year, which we've tried to do in the past, but it hasn't worked out. So we're going to try to get discount cards for businesses within the city as a fundraiser for us as well. But the biggest thing is just trying to get more parent involvement. We've been able to buy uniforms, new mats for our program from the youth all the way up to high school level. So it's been a challenge, but it's been something that's been growing each year, and I'm really proud of where it's gotten to.
Well, it's really good now. For people who are watching either right now or they're going to watch on the reruns a little bit later, is there anything that you can suggest if they want to help out with the program, if they want to, get involved in maybe the golf outing, or they want to go ahead and help out and maybe purchase one of those cards later on, where would you send them to? What would be the best way?
We have our Twitter account, which is at REYN Wrestling. And we also do have a Facebook page, Reynoldsburg High School Wrestling. And we will post things on the Reynoldsburg Athletic website, as well as using Instagram and other forms of technology. But the biggest thing I'd say would probably be our Twitter account and the athletic website for Reynoldsburg. Our golf outing will probably have information out, I would say, after the first of the year. We usually do that in the summer. And the cards information hopefully will be out next month. And we'll start getting those rolling. If they want to help out, we're always looking for people to help. If anybody wants to volunteer for things that we're doing, we'll always sign off on volunteer minutes for those that might need it. We also will gladly take donations. And we're looking to also get sponsors for weight classes possibly. So a company or business could sponsor a weight class and try to get a sign made to put up in the gym for when we have tournaments. But the biggest thing would be just come support our program. Come watch us. We have a lot of home events coming up this season, and we'd be glad to have as many people welcome. I think we have a great history of wrestling in the city, and I think we're getting back to where it has been in the past.
That's awesome. I'm really excited about it. I know I promoted the golf outing earlier this year, and I did not disgrace your golf outing by participating, unfortunately. Maybe that'll be something that we can look at for next year. Now, I know a lot of groups, like my son runs cross country, so I didn't know, are you guys going to have spirit wear a little bit later on that's kind of like wrestling identified, things like that?
Yes, we usually get a spirit store going early to mid-October, and then it's going to be open for about a 2-week period. And usually we have a pretty good slew of things with Nike. Some will be wrestling identified, others will just say wrestling Reynoldsburg on it. So that way, if someone wants just a Reynoldsburg shirt, they can go ahead and get that as well. But we usually send it out district-wide. And also, if people are interested in that, they can contact me at jon.forgy, Forgy at reyn.org, if they're interested in possibly getting that link. Or we might also put that on our Twitter.
Awesome. Now, you're not just a coach, you're also apparently a teacher in Reynoldsburg. Where do you teach at?
I teach at Summit High School in the CCLC, so the Cross-Quarter Categorical Learning Center.
Okay.
So I've been here 7 years. I love it, love Reynoldsburg. Been trying to get my wife to move this side of town, but not happening right now. So
I hear it's hard to find a house in Reynoldsburg.
yeah, it's hard to find one anywhere right now.
Yeah.
But love being here. Love the support from everybody, from the city and staff and parents. So it's been a great experience.
All right. Well, now here comes the really tricky part. We're going to see if there's been any questions that have been submitted. Oh, no, I'm getting you are lucky. You've had no questions submitted with everything. Well, I know you've got your regular duties to attend to. As a former teacher, I appreciate everything that you do, specifically in your particular position. I know it's not always an easy thing, but I appreciate your support for our students. I love the fact of how aggressive you are when it comes to promoting your program here. It's awesome. Thrilled to have it. Hope to have you on a little bit. Maybe we'll check in sometime in the middle of the season or something to see how things are going, and I'll try and get out there and see one of your matches.
Thank you very much, sir. And thank you for having me on.
No problem. Have a great day, everybody. We're going to go ahead and continue on for some other things, but other people got to go back and get teaching. So we do appreciate that. We'll see you, Coach.
See ya. Thank you.
Got some good news coming up. The first thing is we do have some news about the public library. For those of you that are curious as to what's going on, we should have some new design sketches very, very soon, probably within the next week to 10 days. Hopefully we'll be able to share that maybe at next week or the week after's 12 o'clock show. But the library is on track. They are securing a location for a temporary library structure so that way kids and adults can check out some books while they're getting things together. The demolition of the two buildings will probably start sometime this spring, as soon as the weather breaks, and then it'll be the current library and then the building directly to, I guess it would be to the south at that point. Those two buildings will be demolished, and then a brand new library will be built in its place. And I believe the temporary location is not going to be too far from the original location. So that's really good news for the public library. Really excited to see how that all works out. I've got some good things coming up actually right off the bat tonight. We have our Macedonian flag ceremony. We have a large number of Macedonian representatives here in Reynoldsburg, and so they're going to come out here tonight. And we're going to celebrate a little bit about Macedonian Independence Day and the Heritage Month. So we've got that going on. And while I'm talking about that, I'm going to go ahead and shamelessly plug the Macedonian Festival. We've got that coming up this weekend at the Macedonian Church off South Wagner Road. I've got a lot of good things going on. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There's great food, music, and everything else. So hopefully you can get a chance to go and check that out this weekend. We also have some good news about the Raider Marching Pride. They're getting ready to begin their march to the state finals. Their first competition is going to be September 18th. And I'm thinking when they're getting ready to go to state finals in late October or so, I think maybe we should go ahead and see if we can get the community to rally the troops up and get them ready to cheer them on as they get ready to go out to the state finals. So best of luck to the Raider Marching Pride. We'll get them in there. I've got some events this weekend. We have the Heroes for Heroes 5K this Sunday at Civic Park. It's always a great opportunity to show support for our veterans and for our first responders. And it's an actual obstacle course. It's not just your normal 5K. So you get a little bit of muddy and you get a little dirty in this one, but it's a lot of fun. I've been volunteering for this for a couple of years because my running days are long past. But we hope to see you come out this Sunday. If you want to register, I still think there's some time. We also have the Reynoldsburg City Schools Homecoming Parade coming up on September 23rd at 6. It's going to start off at the Livingston campus and follow around from Rose Hill to Bartlett to Ives, Retton, and then back again to Rose Hill and on the way back to Livingston. This will be the return of the homecoming parade. So we've got a lot of participation. I know the city's going to have a small part in it, but pretty much every school activity is going to be there. It's an absolute blast. It's really good to see some of the different groups that show up, not just your athletic groups, but some of your extracurricular activities. I know like Leo Club and a number of other ones will be out there as well. So we're really looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to Star Wars night for Heart Food Pantry. We've got that going on at Civic Park on September 25th. We're going to do this just before the actual Star Wars The Force Awakens is shown as one of our drive-in movies at Civic Park later this month. So I'm hearing that they're still looking for those droids out there. So we're going to have members of the Imperial 501st Regiment are going to be out in full regalia, going ahead and hunting for those rebels out there. And I think as long as you go ahead and pass along something for the food donation for Heart Food Pantry, I think you'll be able to go ahead and pass along without any issues. But keep in mind, rebels have been sighted in the area, so they may show up as well. So we're really looking forward to that. It's a great cause with Heart Food Pantry, and we're looking forward to that. Some late breaking news. Actually, within the last hour and a half, we have finally secured a date where we're going to have a town hall meeting with the Franklin County Emergency Management Services, as well as Homeland Security and the Ohio Department of Natural Resources Floodplain Management Program to discuss some of the flooding issues in the areas that are most affected by it. It will be September 22nd at 6:30, and then it'll be primarily a Q&A session to kind of go over different things with there, but we just got that information within the last hour. So for those residents that are, if you're watching, you'll get something in the mail and probably something from me. I'm going to kind of drop those things off door to door in the next couple of days to make sure that you're able to show up for that one. We will probably broadcast that as well. We're going to work out a couple of technical things with that to make sure everybody's up there, but we wanted to give that one, attention out there. While we're at it for that one, just to make sure we have it's hard to imagine that it is already kind of middle of September or just about the middle of September. So you may start seeing some leaves falling off your trees. One thing that we absolutely must do to prevent any kind of flooding issues in our storm sewers is make sure you don't basically push those leaves down our storm drains. Those things can get clogged up and that can back up water, which only makes a bad problem when there's intense rain, even that much worse. So make sure that you do not do that. Go ahead and bag those leaves as best you can. We also have a town hall meeting on Wednesday, October 13th. This is going to be participation with the City of Reynoldsburg, City of Reynoldsburg City Schools, and the Reynoldsburg Police Department. We're going to go out to Baldwin Middle School on October 13th at 7 o'clock. And there's going to be some more details to follow, but it's going to, again, be a Q&A session, trying to find ways to connect the community to make sure that we're all on the same page and we're as safe as we all want to be. So we're looking forward to that one on the 13th. Just a couple days later, we got a couple of things going on. We have the October 16th community cleanup in the morning. We're going to have hazardous materials that'll be picked up at Huber. And then we're going to have some of our traditional things like if you need to properly dispose of the flag, as well as the shredder trucks and things like that will be at JFK in the morning. And then in the evening, you're going to have the Community Association's Halloween Festival. We're going to partner up with them for a spectacular time. See what I did there? Spectacular. It's going to be a lot of fun out there. Obviously, Halloween's my favorite holiday, so we're going to go ahead and make sure everybody's aware of that one. The following weekend on the 23rd, we have the Spooky Pooch Parade starting at 1 o'clock, and it's going to be at Huber. So you can get your favorite four-legged friends or others and bring them out for a nice little walk. And we're going to do some cool activities out there as well. Always having fun with some of the costumes that are out there. As a reminder, we are going to be welcoming our social worker, our brand new social worker who got an interesting couple of first days on the job. Melissa Blankenship's going to be joining us at our council meeting next Monday night. For just a brief introduction to council. She's already done a fabulous job because we put her to work right away. So hopefully you can tune in on that. And she's going to be on the 12 o'clock show sometime in October. So that'll be a good thing. I did want to kind of talk a little bit about the Days Inn. As most of you are aware, the city of Reynoldsburg was able to obtain a court order from the Franklin County Environmental Court to temporarily shut down the Days Inn because of the activities that were going on there. It's a longstanding thing that we've been working on for quite some time. So again, shout out to City Attorney Chris Shook, Assistant City Attorney Darren Least, the Reynoldsburg Police Department, Chief Baker, and everybody that did what we could to make sure that the city of Reynoldsburg is safe. We're still waiting on seeing how the rest of this goes. So kind of stay tuned for that information. But again, those are certain things that are not going to be tolerated here in Reynoldsburg, and we're going to try and do what we can to make our community as safe as we all want it to be. With that, before I get into some of the other events coming on, I'll see if there are any questions about anything. All right, no questions. So we do have another couple of city events coming up. We have the Blues and Brews on October 2nd from 4 to 9 at Huber. It's going to be sponsored by Heartland Bank, and Eastside Brewery is going to provide some of the beverages out there. So that's going to be a good time. We've got some blues music out there, Mill Street Blues, and we're waiting on confirmation for one other one, but we're going to have some music out there, some good beverages and things of that nature. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys can make it out to that. We do have a little bit of information for Civic Park. We're going to be presenting to council probably in not this next meeting on Monday, but probably in the second meeting on the 27th of September or the first meeting in October, a work session to kind of catch up the community and council into what options we're going to have for Civic Park. So what we're going to try and do. And just letting everybody know the mail is ready for pickup here at City Hall. So if you weren't listening to that, that's what came across the line there. But we're going to have that work session so everybody can kind of hear about where we're at and what the phasing of the approach is. Obviously, there's a lot of things that need to be done, including issues with electric, water, and most importantly, some of the water retention features in Civic Park, as we want to try and attack some of our flooding issues as best as we can in all ways. And if we can make some improvements in Civic Park that will help kind of reduce the water flow into some of the neighborhood areas as it down creek, as it moves downstream, that's what we're going to try and work at. So more information on that as we come along. A little bit of development news. We all know that Sheetz is coming to town. They're going to be on the Broad Street side in front of the Lowe's by Aldi's on Broad Street. But one place is not enough. They're actually looking to expand to a potential other location. So you may have seen some signs out that say, hereby notices given, zoning changes and things like that. They are looking to actually put in a Sheetz location at the corner of Main and Bryce, where the former Walgreens facility was. But that's going to be something that actually does not meet what we're looking at for that particular area based on zoning that was approved a while ago. So they're going to come in and they're going to try and make the case that, yes, indeed, that is the great place for it. So we'll see what that works out as far as that goes. We also have some things for residential housing on Lancaster. There's an open field there that was recently purchased a while ago, but it looks like the owner of that is going to be wanting to put in single family residential homes, 3 of them. They could probably fit 2 on, but they're looking to kind of split the lot up a little bit to try and get 3 homes on there. So that's kind of what that's all about. And again, that'll be next week's Board of Zoning and Appeals meeting. Any questions on anything so far? All right. You probably saw that the Kmart is slowly coming down. The last that I'd seen is a good chunk out of the middle of the whole facility was taken out. So that's going to continue to go on. Again, it's going to take about 6 weeks total. So it's been about a week and a half now, actually almost as we're into week 2. So about 4 more weeks to go before everything's gone and it's kind of down to that gravel size thing. So you may have seen some of the things where they've got the screening where it says the Alliance and things like that. They'll have fencing around the area and that screening around. So you're not just going to see an empty field, things like that. But any other development news, you know where to find your news first. It's going to be here on the 12 o'clock show. Maybe have some cool things coming up in the next couple of weeks, maybe. Beyond that, that pretty much brings an end to our show today. We do have a couple of good things coming up next week. We have Reynoldsburg City School Vice President Neil Whitman is going to join us as we kind of kick off some of our festivities for the 75th anniversary of Reynoldsburg Raider football. Probably have a couple of other guests as well to talk a little bit about homecoming. Hopefully I'm not giving too many hints away, but those are going on. And this Friday, if you were able to join us, we are going to have a 9/11 ceremony at Memorial Plaza in conjunction with Truro Township and the Reynoldsburg Police Department. And while we're at it, I just want to talk a couple of things. You know, we all remember, for those of us that are watching that remember 9/11, there's always the talk of what the United States was like in the days after 9/11, where some of the differences and some of the volatility and hostility that we saw with kind of being away. I would like to just say that, first of all, we don't need a national threat. I do believe that we can come together for what we all believe in and respect everybody's points of views. There's no one big thing that's going to do this. There's no one big thing that's going to make everybody nice on Facebook and things like that. But what I do believe is sometimes it's a small number of things that can make a difference. Anything from picking up litter that we see in the Kroger parking lots to making sure that we don't throw things out when we're not supposed to, holding a door open as you're coming in or out of certain buildings. And of course, as always, please put your shopping cart away. It's not very hard. But let us take a moment this weekend to remember 9/11, whether it's at the memorial ceremony on Friday or the Heroes for Heroes 5K on Sunday. Remember that we are all here Americans. We all love what we do, and we may not always agree with each other, but deep down, we all know we're all trying to work for the best for everything. So unless there's any last second questions. All right. So again, thanks again to Reynoldsburg Raider football coach John Fogarty for coming out here. It was a great opportunity. We really appreciate it. Support the wrestling team. And we're looking forward to seeing Neil Whitman next week. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye.